Hey there guys, I am the Six Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. So with the Chaotic Knights getting their brand new psychic powers in the form of the Knight Abominant, it seems as though the Loyalist Imperial Knights are getting, in a somewhat similar vein, a form of Chaplain Knight. And the Knight Preceptor, which at the moment is something of a Armiger buffing style knight, is getting some new abilities in the upcoming Codex in the form of knightly teachings. And these, much like we've seen with a lot of codexes, like the Marine Litanies and the Sisters of Battle Dogmata, is a range of abilities that are used in your command phase, and they can give you some rather nice buffs and abilities and bonuses to your Armiger Class Knights. So the way it works is that the Knight Preceptors now come with the Mentor keyword, and what this means is that you can pick up to 3 knightly teachings from a list of 6, and then each command phase you can give out 2 of these. Much like Litanies, they go off on a 3+, and they are only applicable to the smaller Armiger Class Knights. But you can give these out, and they give your Armigers some buffs and abilities that they can carry through until your next turn. As I said, there are 6 to choose from, and they show off 3 today. The first up being the Folly of Mercy, which is the always useful, but especially so in a low model count army like Knights, ability to do an action whilst you are still moving and or shooting. So you can give this to a friendly Armiger within 12 inches, and this will really help you to keep up that fire into your opponent with your melter and your autocannon shots, while still being able to play the secondary game and get those points, or do any other actions for, secondaries or other, stratagems or whatever it may be that the Armigers have access to in the new Codex. Preceptors can also give out the Warrior's Hope teaching, which ties in with the Oath system for the Knights we saw the other day. This teaching, in effect, allows you to choose an Armiger within 12 inches and an Oath that isn't active for your army, and if you remember, there are 4 to choose from, and you have to select 2 before the battle, so you will have a choice of 2 Oaths to pick. And then the Armiger gains the chivalric abilities of that Oath, and crucially, not the Pledge or the Troth. So they just always get the effect and basically have none of the downsides or requirements to keep it up. But what is even more important is that they gain the effect based on the level of honour that your knight army is at. So if your army is at honoured, like it would be in turn 1 automatically, they will gain that Oath's honoured ability. But if it's later on in the game and your army has reached virtuous, then your Armiger will gain the virtuous ability of that Oath. So this could be a very sneaky way to get your Armiger +1 to hit, or advance and charge, or counting as extra models for the purposes of holding an objective. It is a very, very handy, very sneaky little way to get a surprise buff on an Armiger that you may want to charge into combat, or just try and steal an objective from an enemy. And I have to say, because of that, I do really like this teaching. I think it's got a huge amount of potential to allow you to play your knight army in a really flexible way and adjust your battle plan and how you're going to progress as the game goes on. The final one they show off is a more outright damaging one. The Virtue of Courage is an aura that affects all Armigers within 6 inches, and if you get it off successfully, it means that whenever an Armiger makes an attack, an unmodified hit roll of 6 causes an extra hit. So, with things like your Helverin autocannons, which will probably still have a good 8 to 10 shots in the new book, or the sweep profile of your chain cleavers, which grant 8 attacks in melee, you will be getting an insane number of hits into your enemy, and you can really push through some fantastic horde clearing damage into them. And it's not even just them, even on things like the Melter Lances that you can put on your Armigers, just getting 1/6 for 1 extra hit can mean up to an extra 6 damage from that. So if you are shooting into an enemy vehicle, this is still going to be really, really powerful for just trying to fish for those 6s to get an extra hit or 2 from your Melter Lances. It is a really strong ability, and because it's an aura, if your Preceptor has 2 or 3 or 4 Armigers around him, this can be a huge force multiplying ability as well, and just allow you to absolutely destroy enemy vehicles or hordes or elite infantry, basically anything that you need to get rid of. So there we go, that is some of the new Imperial Knight abilities, countering the psychic potential of the Chaos Knights with loyalty, teachings, and courage. And I have to say, I do really love how they are trying to make each codex feel unique and different and distinct, and not just a copy-paste of each other, which would have been the easy thing to do, really. So I am really excited to see what other unique and quirky abilities each codex has in it and how they kind of balance out against each other. But which of the codexes is exciting you the most so far? The Traitorous Chaos Knights or the Regal Households of the Imperial Knights? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me. But until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.